Up next is another autobiography, but this one is a classic. It comes from the 15th century. They didn't have reality stars back then, but basically, Margery Kempe was the next best thing. As a Catholic mystic living in the Middle Ages, she did a lot of things that were pretty extraordinary for women. Vocal, traveling a lot, meeting the other famous celebs of her time, and even getting arrested for her convictions. Oh, and did I mention that this might be the earliest known autobiography in the English language? That's right, it's a prototype to Eat, Pray, Love, except without the eating because she was fasting in order to have those religious visions of Jesus. Margery Kempe was born in 1373, and I believe she died in her 60s, passing around 1438. She was born to a middle class family. Her father was a mayor and businessman, and in her 20s, she married John Kempe, who had similar ambitions. During their marriage, they had 14 children, and they were together until he passed. Now, during this time period, given that she was a female, she never learned how to read and write, but she did force a priest in order to take down all her recollections. I'm glad she did because this is a page turner. Sure, it may be written in old language, and she refers to herself constantly as this creature, but she also has no filter and the chapters are short, so it's easy to get drawn in. Within the first couple of chapters, we get to her first pregnancy and what she describes as a madness centered around the devil punishing her for her wanton ways. Or more likely, if she was diagnosed in this time and age, postpartum depression. After she kind of pulls herself out of that, she finds that her husband has run their debts up and refuses to let her go. She doesn't want to do her wifely duties anymore, and in fact compares eating shit in the gutter as more preferable than being with him. She focuses in on religion, fasting, and having these visions that seem unique to her. She even comes up with some prophecies. I wouldn't say they're miracles so much as some pretty harsh judgments. Eventually, she's able to convince her husband to let her be, somewhat. In a time when most people did not have the ability to travel, especially women, she took multiple pilgrimages to holy sites and experienced such emotional ecstasy that she made herself a nuisance to her traveling companions and the locals. She even admitted to trying to snatch some people's babies if the mother and baby reminded her too much of Madonna and Jesus. It wasn't just abroad that she was a pain in the ass. Once she made it back home, she was arrested for her convictions. Honestly, this is one of those books where I can see why it's a classic and why it was hidden for so long. Would definitely recommend.